Anti-migration protest. That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people, man. Damn. That's a big one. I was in London once and there was, every day there was a protest, man. I would walk around the street getting food and there was always people walking by protesting, man. All the time. It was during Corona, I think. This is the line to your mom's house. What is going on there? They attacked the police. I'd like to hear real news where someone explains what's going on. What's going on?
The tinderbox summer of protests promised by activists never truly caught flame. Instead, a slow burn of nationalism, maybe more powerful for it, and this was...
The whole world has this, huh? The whole world. This is going on everywhere. I mean, Europe, North America, the rest doesn't
the culmination. More than 100,000 people gathering to march in central London, a sea of flags. Unite the King.
Anti-migration protesters buy lots of Indian snacks. Protesters grab onion fritters mid-March.
Was the all-encompassing slogan, drawn widely enough to mean different things for different people, whether that was free speech or immigration.
Why are they coming in like that? Surely that's wrong. Why would you, I wouldn't skip on a boat and go to another country and hop off and expect to be, wow, looked after. But apart from that, this is just United Kingdom.
Just to stand up for what I believe in. Yeah. We're losing identity of our country and somebody needs to stand up and fight for it.
People may have had different reasons, but they came for the same person. At the center
is he
of it
allowed
all,
again? I don't pay much attention to this. He's allowed again. That woman is super fucked up. I saw her for years. That woman is super fucked up. He's allowed back or some shit? I thought he was in Argentina or something.
Islam activist Tommy Robinson.
Here at the front of March, Tommy Robinson's just there. Thick throng of security, heavily protected, giving a lot of cheers, a lot of waves. This march extends
He's just a sentence. Oh, he's out of prison. Okay.
There's a huge number of people who've turned out today behind that man, Tommy Robinson.
None of his previous rallies had drawn a crowd this big.
That's pretty fucking big, yeah.
And what's newer too is the overt displays of Christian nationalism.
It's a lot of older people though, a lot of old boomers, just like with the AFD.
When the crowd assembled, they were led in a chant of Christ as King, and then the Lord's Prayer.
Hallowed be thy name.
As the heavens opened, 4 giant screens were
God was crying.
set up along Whitehall. Organisers said the area was completely full. When Robinson took the stage, it was more like a football match or a festival than a political rally.
We weathered the storm, and today we are the storm.
And that's not much of an exaggeration.
A lot of things happening in the world, huh? Fucking hell. Today I took a walk with Lisa and the kid, and we went past like a rich people's neighborhood, and there was this beautiful house. Must have been a rich guy, and he had a massive wall. I looked at the wall and I was like, he knows. And his door was like fucking, he had like this strong door inside a wall. He had to put in a pin code to get inside the house. I was like, yeah, man, that guy gets it,
Not
man.
when Elon Musk, the world's richest man, made a virtual appearance to back Robinson. Support for Robinson doesn't mean total agreement with him, though.
When he's talking about, he uses language sometimes, like that speech he said, traitors in Westminster. Do you agree with that?
Not necessarily, but I do think he has a good point with some of the things he has come up with, some of the things he has spoken about, the things he's got evidence with.
And it's clear that simply writing off protesters as far-right thugs doesn't really capture what's going on either.
My mum has been telling me about this march, and I really wanted to go and support London.
This was certainly the largest nationalist rally in recent memory. For those here, it was not just the cap to a long summer of discontent, but the start
a lot of people,
something bigger. Tom Cheshire, Sky News, Whitehall.
So in Germany, there's a massive state with a shit ton of people living in it. This one, Westphalia, very, very, very strong state. They have the communal elections today. It's 40 million people after all. And we're looking at... Ooh, wow. Wow. This is where I always want to give up. 1 in 3 people voted for the Black Party. Okay. Red Party 22, not bad. And then the Greens 10%, AFD 16%, not that bad. FDP. Okay, pretty uneventful. You could kind of say they voted very, very normal. They voted, obviously, 6% AFD. It's kind of normal nowadays, I feel like. FDP dying is perfect. These people should be destroyed. Left Party, no chance. Greens, a little bit back. Interesting. You have to always understand, though, communal parties, communal votes is a lot about human beings. Like, it's probably often about that they like the minister-president, who's doing a good job, so they vote for him. It's not representative for all of Germany, but that's how they went, okay? It looks pretty simple, normal. That looks very... Nothing crazy happened. That looks like nothing crazy happened. 12% Greens, 13% Greens, actually still impressive, man. But they lost 7%, yeah. Did you see this today? So that's that. Romania becomes 2nd NATO country to report Russian drone in airspace. Oh, man, nice. Okay, last point today before I go to sleep. World War III news. World War III news. Where do you have the FDP? Come on, buddy, come on.
I now give the floor to His Excellency Mr. Marcin Boczacki, Secretary of State of Poland.
Romania
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Excellencies. I'd like to begin by thanking the Republic of Korea for convening today's meeting and Undersecretary General Rosemary DiCarlo for her excellent briefing. I also want to thank representatives of many Security Council members for your words, but also actions of support and solidarity with Poland. Allow me to start with a quote. The merchants of death are unbothered by the fact that their weapons methodically, deliberately, and intentionally hit civilian targets. The blood of dozens of dead civilians is on the hands and conscience of those who arm the regime. End of quote. Thus spoke Sergei Lavrov, Russian foreign minister, here in this very room at the UN
Lavrov is even allowed in that room,
meeting on Ukraine.
Insanity. I use that word a lot lately.
Russian officials have repeatedly accused others, primarily Ukraine and its allies, of engaging in terrorist attacks by using drones to target non-military infrastructure. The opposite is true. In fact, it is Russia that uses these weapons against civilians. Events in Poland just 2 days ago prove once again every Russian accusation eventually turns out to be a confession. Today, for the very first time in history, emergency meeting of UN Security Council was called upon a Polish request. We did that, we asked for that, to declare that the sky over Poland, my country, a sovereign state, has been deliberately violated by Russia. On the night of September 9th and 10th, 19 Russian military drones flying over the territory of both Ukraine and Belarus breached Polish airspace, thus trespassing
Hard for you to pay attention. In chat, I see so many people in chat just going completely kaput, man. Turn off the stream. What do you think about aliens? How much money does this guy make? People just... It's too boring for your brains, right? It's just
NATO and of the European Union. Such incidents happened before, but this time we know that that was the first time since the beginning of Russian full-scale...
By the way, pretty important soon is the election in Moldau, a country that Putin wants to take over with just an election without a single shot.
...invasion on Ukraine in 2022, that Polish territorial integrity has been purposely violated on such an unprecedented scale. We know, and I repeat, we know that it was not a mistake.
Okay, I'm bored too. He's just saying it's not cool. It sucks. Also today, this monitor is so nice, man. Sick. ADHD. Romania says the Russian drone has breached its airspace. The second NATO country reports such incursion. Romanian fighter jets were in the air monitoring Russian attack in Ukraine. On Saturday, we were able to track down the drone near Ukraine's southern border. The defense ministry said. Zelensky said the incursion could not be a mistake. It was an obvious expansion of the war in Russia. On Wednesday, Poland said it shut down 3 drones. In its statement, Romania's defense ministry said it detected Russian drones when 2 F-16s were monitoring the country's border of Ukraine. The drone was detected 20 kilometers southwest of the village of Shiliaveshe before disappearing from the radar. Okay, so Russia keeps going. Pretty much.
She slipped in my fingers like sand. Heard that she had a man. Now I'm just sitting here sad. Oh well, ship sail. She slipped in my fingers like sand.